All right, my friends, it's the next day. The gasket maker has dried on the engine, and now we can get back to our original goal, was to get this mower running and stay running. It stopped on the couple who use it, and they couldn't get it going again. I'm thinking it's a bad coil, or it could be a fuel issue. I'm not sure. These don't have as many fuel issues as some, although everybody, no, not everybody, but a lot of people complain about the plastic carburetors, but over time, they're actually not that bad. Just like the real old plastic carburetors on the lawn boys, you know, the old two-stroke, I don't know if it's lime green or turquoise or whatever they were. They rocked. So anyway, let's get some oil in this and hook up the stop cable, and we'll see if we can see if it's a bad coil or not. I'll be right back. All right, let's put some oil in this guy. I'm going to put in 500 milliliters, which is about half a liter. There we go. Just let that drain. I'm going to try and not get oil all over myself in the first 5 minutes of the day. I'll be checking that a few times before we're done. Now, I did get a little bit of oil on the mower. Right there. Our bale is clipped, and I'm going to get my little red drill. And I believe that the bolt on the top of these is 11, no, what is it? 15/16 or some crazy thing. 15/16. Now I'm going to use the first of all, I'm going to use, these aren't that good, but they do tell you something about what's going on in the motor, right? Might as well make it easy. Fuel line pliers also work to remove spark plug. Let's have a look at the spark plug. Might as well. Yep. Sometimes they're 5/8 and sometimes they're not. Let's go have a look at that plug. Kind of ratchety. Oh, it's out. Here we are! Actually looks quite good. It's just the right color. It's kind of an amber brownish color. That's perfect. I'm going to just clean it on the brush, the bench brush, and I'll be right back. Okay, my friends, here's the spark plug all cleaned up nice and pretty. Auto light. I trust it. I'm suspecting a bad coil on this engine. I said that earlier. It might even be a spark plug that's bad, guys. Hey, I'm going to measure the electricity. Come on, Bruce, you spent your whole life in the electrical world. I'm going to just check this spark plug. Maybe it's burned up too, eh? Let's have a little licky poo. Electrical. Something about electrical. No, that's not right. You're right, we're good. Ohmage. 6.12K. No leakage. Sounds good to me. Okay, now we can stick this in there. First thing I'm going to do is have a look at that inductive coil spark plug spark quality indicator. It might start. Oh, gotta put it on there. Yeah, it's going to start. Well, let's just give it, I'm going to cheat a little bit here. No, I'm not. No cheating allowed. I was going to just use carb spray, but it's not very, carb spray is very dry. So if I use chainsaw gas, 50 to 1, it might just fire. Okay, runs. Put this, well, I'm going to just see if it dies. I'm going to monitor it. It's got gas. Oh. I got to slow down just a little bit. I have to, no. Well, that was interesting. I ran that for 30 minutes. So now I've just got a few things to do. All right, my friends, we got a new coil on here. We still have the old plug, and it's still hesitating on running now. So it's not the coil, and it's probably not the plug. I'm going to put that brand new plug back in. Oh. It's got a, there we go. Now what? I've used this wrench on this one before. It was missing with the old coil. It's missing with the new coil, new-ish coil. I think you guys know that I do use used pieces for parts. I do use used parts, and that's okay. So that plug is probably all right, and so is this one. But I just have to make sure when you're shooting an unknown problem, you have to cover your tracks on everything, eh? This one threads in nicer. So that was a fun experiment. In fact, oh no, I can't. I'm thinking too fast. Here we go. Never thought I'd think too fast. Okay, so now we got the spark plug back in. Good. And we're just going to turn this over and see if we're missing still. Then I'm going to turn my attention to fuel. Okay, so now we're going straight to carburation now. But that was fun. Talk to you in a bit. I'm going to just take the carburetor off and clean it. And I hope I remember to bring you back. All right, I've just taken the 4 screws off of this cover. And we'll just lay it down on that chair there. And now I should be able to get this carburetor out of here. I'm going to blow the crud off it first. I'll cover it up and blow the crud out. And we'll see why we're not getting enough fuel through that bad boy. And just hang on a little bit. Somebody's going to say, no, you can't do that. I can do anything I want. And we'll close the choke plate, close the cover up, and blow. I'm going to put a hemostat on the gas line. We can disconnect that. And we have to get the rods disconnected, right? Choke rod. Oh, I guess the first thing to come off is the fuel clamp. Oh, you can tell this mower's been stored inside. They bought it in 2015, I believe. Okay, now we're just going to get that fuel clamp or fuel line off that carburetor. There we are. And then the choke. And after the choke, it'll be the throttle. Is that a straight down or? Oh, just an angled angle. All right. Got my famous cake pan, and we're going to have a look at this carburetor. That's all we wanted to do. Okay, I'm going to just wipe up some of this mess here. Looks clean enough. Well, it's been a while since I've done one of these cartridge type. Most of the problem's going to be right in there. Because maybe the carburetor isn't letting in enough gas. If I remember correctly, there's a little clipperoni in here. Oh, it's a little bit of discoloration on that. All right, so I've cleaned the body. Nothing outrageous there. You can squirt in there. You can squirt into here, and you can squirt where the fuel comes in and is lifted by the, or is let in by the float. This one, I just clean out all 4 holes. 1, 2, 3, and maybe that one, 4. And that should work. That little ball, yeah, we can play with that if we want. Thanks. I'm going to turn you off, and not quite sure when you'll see me again. Maybe tomorrow. Who knows? But we can reassemble this carburetor and put it on the lawnmower. Thank you. Okay, so we have the cleaned carburetor on here. We've got a new coil. We've got a new spark plug. Now, should we see if it's just going to burn around? We've got to put the clamp on the brake. Look at that. You know you got a good trouble when you got every tool you own out on the bench, eh? No, that would be an exaggeration. Right? I've been told 1,000,000 times not to exaggerate. Okay, a little red drill. Just gotta unclog my wires here. Let's just see if we get a start. Nothing, honey. I'll all be jiggered. I'll be darned, eh? All right, my friends. I'm back. I took the carburetor back out because it was just pouring out of there. It was almost like this is another one. It's almost like it was the float was down or up, and the gas was just flowing through here. It was dripping onto the deck and everything. So I am just took the carburetor out. I loosened these 2 bolts, and I'll use a bigger screwdriver for this. I just pry open this bottom part, the bowl, and then here we have the float. So it's almost like the float was stuck up because the gas was just flowing through there, just like a stuck valve on a toilet. So I'm just going to pop the float out of there now. Right, and there's the needle. Yeah, this will work. I like this one. There we go. Now I did clean this earlier on the first clean attempt, right? I'm going to dip this in fuel. And now there's a little cartridge that comes off the end of this. I think it's right there. So this unit's been cleaned. I can show you that. All right, I'll plug this. It goes up and down and over to that jet. So we'll just push squirt a little juice through there. Can you see that? Yeah. All right, that looks good. So that's the one that does clog, in my experience. This is how you drive a hole through your finger. Here we go. We just pull this off of here. I did not pull this off the last time I cleaned the carburetor, so I was watching a video, as you know. Holy moly, baby! There. Hoofters. Yeah, it is. Okay. Okay. There's a couple of jets on the emulsion tube. 3 of them. I should be able to do it this way. Plug this end and screw it into here and see that 3 jets light up with fluid. Nope. It doesn't like me. Oh well, let's try this way. Should be able to shoot straight through there. Looks pretty good. If I turn it sideways, you'll see it coming out the other side. And 3. I think there's 3. Yep. Good. Now what about this feller? Okay. It's nice that I got one to look at. I'm just going to see if we got any flow here. Never met the girl. Now I'm going to just dip this in fuel so the carburetor cleaner doesn't wreck the plastic. I'm going to insert this back in here. I'm going to try this carburetor one more time. And if it causes me issues, I'm going to switch it out. Okay, so we have the float, the needle. Oh, I got lucky on that one. I got this little slope under my benches, and when I drop stuff, it goes right under, up against the wall. But that's okay. The fact that the water was just, or the gas was just pouring straight through the carb, let me know that I might not have had that together right. So now I'm just looking to make sure that the little needle and seat are going in and out, and I should be able to blow in here. Yeah, and now it should blow through. Something must have been just a little wonky on that last one, eh? So now I've always wondered on these, is it possible to get these wrong this way or that way, right? This sound is a tiny bit different. Yeah. I'm going to put it back together again and give it a small test. So this way, the float should be down, and this way the float should be stuck. Okay, I'm going to try and stick it back on. Just a simple thing, I'll show you, and then I'll put you down. So there is the inlet for the engine. The gas goes into there, into the cylinders. And this one, the Bakelite collar and the rubber ring are there. So I don't have to worry about that. I'm just going to hook up the choke removal. Okay, this is just, there's two places that remove the choke off this machine. One is off this bimetal strip that's in here. And the other one is I believe, the wind on the choke lever. The spring on the choke lever. There we go. So anyway, I'm just going to pause you and get this together. Great. So now, carburetor's in, not quite. It's set in the brackets. This is the choke lever from the bimetal strip, and then this is the choke lever from the engine itself. So it should work. The gas is hooked up. I'm just waiting to see if it leaks. And if that's okay, we'll just put this cover back on. Like that. And then this is the breather. It comes out of there. 4 bolts, 2 8mm and 2 7mm. We'll come back in just a hair. Okay guys, we're going to try and start this again. It should pick up on the automatic choke and fire and run at about 3,000 RPMs or more. And so I'm just kind of curious to see if I just maybe had that float stuck the last time. Things happen, right? Let's see what we got. Okay, there isn't enough O's in smooth to describe that. I'm just going to put the cap on and then we'll try and start it with the rope and call the owner. The oil's been changed, the blade's been sharpened, the broccoli's been dug out from underneath. Yeah, cool. I'll be right back. All right, now we're looking down on the motor a little bit just to make it safer for me to start it with the rope. And it shouldn't take anything at all. I'm sure I don't bang my elbow on the truck, right? Very good. Now I just need a couple of black tie wraps for that cord, or I could, or that pull, this stop cable, or I could just tape it with black tape. What do you think? I think black tape will work. So thanks for watching this one with me, guys. Had me going a couple of times. This is the one where the lady dropped the 1/4-inch plastic tube into the crankcase, and I had to take the motor off and take the sump off and get the plastic out. And she was nice enough to tell me. Because if that hit the little oil dipper, they call that, that could have caused problems getting into the crankshaft, what is that called? The gear, cam gear. There we go. So it's done. Thank you very much. And that worked well with everything. It didn't have any leaks or anything like that. Thanks a lot.